Hey there, Elisa, Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm back for another daily reading. So this one, I'm going to date it for the 23rd of October. But again, you want to go by the titles because that's like, where you want to resonate. Like, don't get super hung up on the dates. But, oh my gosh, this is so funny. Because what I was going to say is, like, I just had a run-in with, like, a super bad karma individual who's, like, really acting out. And, like, I just happened to be in their path. So, it was just some real bad energy. And I'm just like, what did I do, But that's kind of what this card is about. It's like stand your ground. So yeah, like before I even get into the cards, like the energy that's coming through for me on this day is just sort of like, there's been a lot of karma getting kicked up. Like this week is all about, like people with bad karma kind of like having to, face the truth and like, the table's getting turned. And you know what, like sometimes like people, when they've been doing bad stuff and their karma's not good and they get called out, like don't tend to respond to that very well, and so yeah, I just had a really weird run-in with someone that I've literally never done anything to, and it's just like, acting out. And yeah, so I had to kind of like clear out my energy because I was just like, whoa, what's all this dark stuff? Like, okay, I'm going to do a little shout out to the Herbivore Clothing Company who gave me this shirt, a little veganism, never hurt anybody. So yeah, like I feel like a good theme for today is just, like if you get good karma, just don't engage the energy, just like let it float through because it's not about you, and don't worry about it. Like those people are out there, and you know what, it sucks when you have to like face your bad karma, but you know what, you've got no one to blame but yourself. So if you are in somebody's path, like just step aside. Let them keep floating, like it's just not worth it. It's not worth getting into. Okay, so yeah, so that's the energy I'm just getting off the bat before I even get into the cards. But as far as overarching energies, okay, so I've got 9 of Coins, 3 of Swords, and like, I mean, in a way, this is sort of like, it's so weird how this always happens, but it's kind of like the same thing that I've been talking about. Just sort of like stand in your power, like you're good, you got this, like you're independent, you've got it going on, you've got your money together, you're stable, you put things together, and like there's all this heartbreak around, but like, you know what, just like let this stuff flow through because it's not yours, so like don't worry about it. Like if you've got your pieces lined up and you've got good karma, like you're gonna be good. Like you've got a solid foundation here, so don't worry about it, don't engage, just let it happen. And like karma's gonna right things, so just be cool. All right, so those are the overarching energies, and I'm going to pull some more cards so I can get a little picture of what's going on today. Oh, there's one. There's another one. All right, so we've got the 8 of Cups, Judgment. There's definitely some themes going around this week for sure. Ooh, 9 of Swords. Yeah, some tough stuff. Like even when you have good karma, like sometimes you got to be the one that holds it down, right? Like not everyone's got good intentions, unfortunately, and we're all here to learn lessons, so sometimes you got to be the one that like holds it down. I'm a Virgo, so it's kind of like my nature to like be that person, and it can be a burden sometimes. All right, okay. All right, so I'm seeing some like recurring themes that are going down this week from like some previous readings. So, ooh, Queen of Pentacles. So that, I always think of this as like my card, because it's like a businesswoman, an earth sign, you know, and that's kind of my jam. So, yeah, it's just like, this is kind of along the lines of what we've been saying. You know what? Like, focus on your own stuff. You've got this. You've got it together. Like, don't worry about all this, like, detritus that's like floating past, you know? Like, definitely don't hang on to it. Don't engage it. Just let it happen. And just try to just focus on your own stuff, because nothing good's going to come out of engaging somebody else's bad energy, right? Just keep it moving. Okay, so to start out, this is a lot of what we've been talking about, right? So we've got the 8 of Cups, Judgment, and the 9 of Swords. So basically what this is saying is, like, you know, you're moving on from a bad situation. Like, you've been in this for a while. It's not working for you. And so you're just like, you know what? Like, peace, like, it's all cool. I just need to move on, right? You're like making a judgment call for yourself, you know, and you're just trying to take your power back and like create a situation that's going to work for you, which, you know, that's healthy. Like, that's what you should do, right? But unfortunately, you know, you're kind of pulling the rug out from under some people who might be like building stuff off of some bad karma, right? You know, and so that can be a little messy at times, you know, like, people are going to resist this and they're not going to like it, you know. So this card is a card of like anxiety, you know, bad juju, keeping you up at night and stuff. And like, all I'm saying is, like, you know what, if this isn't yours, let it go, because it's not worth hanging on to. It's not going to help you, and it's whatever you focus your energy on is what you're going to attract to yourself. So you definitely don't want to hang on to that energy. So then on the bottom we have the 5 of Cups, Page of Swords, and like the 4 of Pentacles. So yeah, these are kind of some themes that have been coming up a lot this week. So this is just sort of like, you know, disappointment, loss. Like, there's a new beginning behind you, but you're not looking at it because you're super focused on the loss. But if you turn around, you see the 2 of Cups, you know, is there. So like, there's a really cool new beginning for you, but like, you're not going to see it if you're focused on this stuff, you know. Like, if you're focused on like hanging tight to what's in your world, and like hanging on to like bad feelings and not having enough, like, what you're going to attract is you're going to attract like the stalker energy, right? And just like bad vibes, you know. So this is just like a message of truth. So it's just sort of like, don't hang on to this stuff. Like, it's gonna keep floating down the river. Like, it's not for you, right? Just let it go. Like, you got better things to do with yourself. So just keep it moving. That's my advice. Well, I'm gonna ask the tarot cards what their advice are. Harley Ray, it's cool. It's like raining. And she kind of freaks out from rainstorms. So just FYI, there's also, I think, somebody in the hallway or something. But, okay, I'm pulling 3 more cards from the tarot for advice. Alright. Alright, this is actually good. Okay. So this is the advice that we got from the tarot. And so this card's come out again, which is like, you know what? Stand your ground. We've also got the Hermit here, and we've got the Empress. So focus on yourself, right? Like, just focus on your own stuff. Focus on what's good for you. Like, don't get get like drawn into all this stuff that's like floating by. This is like, you know, like a new beginning. Like this is like a super fertile person, like a woman who's just like, you know, she's like creating a new life, you know? So like focus on yourself and your new life, and just defend that, because really if you like float on down the river with all the bad vibes, like that's not going to get you anywhere. But if you just like, you know, just disengage and focus on yourself, like this is what you're going to end up with. You're going to end up with justice, with your new beginning, and the Sun card. This is the best card in the tarot deck. This is just like happiness, abundance, fertility, like everything. Like it's all, you got it going on, right? So just like, yeah, like the name of the game is like you just got to focus your energy on what you want and not on what you don't want. Because what you focus your energy on is like basically what you create for yourself, right? So like keep it focused on this, and like let all those bad vibes, just let them go. Like it's not for you. Like those people are going to attract that stuff to themselves, and like that's just a lesson that they're going to learn this cycle, right? And you know, you don't need to. Like you got this going on. So just keep it real, keep it positive, and keep it moving. We'll see you tomorrow.